Welcome back to the Hustle Unfiltered podcast hosted by Kayla Serta and Jackson Mansudi,
where we dive into raw, unfiltered conversations about training, health, and fitness while navigating the challenges of life and business in our 20s.
I thought we were going to be polar opposites today because you didn't have a jump prom before.
Yeah, I am a little bit chilly.
What, chilly?
Yeah.
You're chilly? I'm very chilly, man.
No, I think the extra body weight is keeping me a bit warmer.
Yeah, there's not a lot of things I'm like, oh, I can't wait for like prep to be over, but it's just the freezingness. I'm looking forward to having a bit of fun to keep me
That's
warm.
not a vibe. That was probably my most hated thing as well, especially because I was still doing like face-to-face coaching at the time.
Oh my God, can you imagine me being at Paddo in the middle of winter?
Yeah.
Obviously, I would have been dying. I was dying last year and I was chunky gal.
Yeah. Even in the Westfield, like in winter, it was fucking cold because even though the gym opened at 5:30, the Westfield didn't open until like 8:30, 9 o'clock. So the actual air conditionings didn't turn on till the opening time.
Yeah,
so
that whole morning would have been cold.
It was fucking freezing, man.
Yeah.
It was so cold. And like, I didn't have a Fitness First jacket at the time.
So you couldn't wear anything.
So I couldn't wear anything, and I refused to spend $120 on a Fitness First jacket. So I would literally just wear Harry's all the time.
Yeah.
But then Harry was like, I'm cold.
Yeah. I was very, very, very grateful that I could wear whatever I wanted. I literally would wear my massive quilt jumper. I ran into my client when I was at the recovery place the other day, and she was like, I remember you were constantly dressed in layers. I'm like, yeah, imagine me still training there now. I would have been...
You're dressed in layers in our home.
Yeah. But, I'm very excited to see the weather's warming up, though. I can feel a difference.
Oh, yeah.
Getting me very, very excited for spring.
Yeah, it definitely, like, seasonal depression is real.
100%. I don't know if I have more energy right now for the sake of it or if it's just because it's nice outside.
Yeah, I remember seeing a story from someone like years ago saying that like it was easier to prep in winter. And I was like, I don't know if I agree with that.
I think it's easier to prep because no one's doing anything.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like I'm missing out much because every single day looks pretty much the same at the moment. I'm not like, oh, shit, like I've got brunch on the weekend or I want to go do this on the weekend. I'm just kind of like, I can do what I need to do. And then in some, it's like I plan my day so I can go to the beach.
Yeah.
Right now I'm planning my day so I can prep.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like if you were to do like a season A prep, like that would be pretty difficult, like prepping through Christmas and New Year's.
I wouldn't.
It's a bit rough. But I guess you also then would finish prep in April, which means that you'd then have the rest of the year.
Yeah. I just know that that's something that's like a non-negotiable. I want to enjoy my Christmas, my summer, and my birthday.
The good thing is there's 3 seasons now, which is a mid-year season. So you technically could start prep in January.
After my birthday.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
So just
next time round.
Well, like I guess the audience that doesn't know this, but would you plan on doing another prep?
Yeah. I've already said this to Jason. I was like, 2027. Next year, we have decided as a unit.
As a unit.
That's
a big fucking unit.
Neither of us are prepping next year. Like, we're
going to enjoy each other's birthdays.
We're going to enjoy each other's birthdays because both of Jackson's birthdays, one of us has been dieting / prepping.
Most of the time, it's been me.
And it's been him 2 out of the 3 times. And yeah, I want to be able to have a full year where we get to just like have a bit more freedom with our life and explore a little bit more.
Yeah, and just get huge.
Get huge together and do a big trip as well and not have to navigate, are we going to be prepping or dieting during that trip as well?
That's like even now just thinking about your shows and traveling with all the food and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to my chat with Jason.
Bodybuilding is great, but it's really not conducive to traveling. Like it's probably one of the hardest things to do, traveling as a bodybuilder. When you're in prep or even when you're like more serious.
Yeah. I think it comes down to you just need to be more prepared than you've ever been before in your life.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's just something I've actually learned this entire prep is I thought I was an organised queen. I was not as organised as I could be, but I think we found a groove, which is cool.
Well, now it's like we think about things, and we did this before, it's like we think about things in a way where, are we staying in a place that's close to a gym? Are we staying in a place that's close to a Woolworths?
Yeah.
Are we staying in a place that's close to like the necessities that our life requires?
But I feel like we do that even if we weren't in prep. It's just like not to the extent of like, oh, does this place have a kitchen, a stove and a microwave? It's like we can get away with that, not in prep of just like
Kettle,
yeah,
like a microwave.
Yeah. But being in prep, it's like we need to make sure that, you know, am I going to be able to take my check-in photos while we're away? Are we going to be able to cook the food? If we are running low on something or we need to buy something while we're away, it's like, yeah, there's the Woolies close by. But on a regular trip, we still want to be close to a gym, still want to have a decent like living arrangement, but not to the nitty-gritty of all those sorts of things, those little minute details.
Yeah, I mean, I look at my Europe trip that I even did where I like literally went away for 8 weeks. I still train. And people were like, oh, like you spent all that money. It was like €20, which is like 40 Australian dollars for a casual visit. Most of the places I went. And it was like, people were like, oh, you spending that much money? I was like, yeah, it's just like a priority.
It's cheaper than buying a fucking drink from what I hear in Europe anyway. I'd rather go to the gym.
Yeah, well, it depends where you are, but yeah, definitely.
Rather go to the gym.
But I think that like honestly was the best thing that I did because it like mentally saved me and it also just like allowed me to stay in some sort of routine.
Well, that's what I think. Like if you're anything like us, it's like you thrive in a routine. And I know a lot of the girls and the guys that we work with, they like that routine. And I think, you know, having a routine even while you're away isn't a bad thing. It just shifts what the routine looks like. Yeah. But I think still having some sort of routine just allows you to fill back up your own cup and not feel like you went on the holiday being like, fuck, I did nothing. I feel like shit. Now I have to try and get back into it. It's like, oh no, I still kept a third of my non-negotiables on lock.
Yeah.
I just have to pick back up where I left off sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Because training's not just I need to do it for my physique or I just need to do it for a fat loss phase. It's like I'm just going to train literally until I cannot move
until I'm immobile.
Literally, like it's just part of who I am.
Yeah, well, I've had this discussion a lot with people lately. It's just like I will do this until I no longer can't.
Yeah. Well, it's not even just you look at it deeper than just the progress side of things. It's like you train to challenge yourself, to step outside of your comfort zone, for like longevity. Like if I'm not really one to say like, oh, for like your bone health and shit, but like it does help you long term.
Yeah, I mean like there are clear benefits to it, health and longevity wise, that we do without even realizing it.
Yeah.
I saw this post from my boy Ian Valier this morning and I really liked it. It was really good. It was a post of him training and then he goes, I remember why I started, and then that was the caption. It said, do you? And then in his notes he wrote like, not for the camera, not for likes or the validation, not for anyone else. It's about pushing your limits even when no one is watching. It's about getting uncomfortable with being uncomfortable. It's about the pursuit, not the outcome. It's about for the work, not the reward, for the love of training. And I really liked it because I think like at a core, that's the real reason why you and I both started really training, or like a lot of people. It's like it wasn't for likes, validation. You weren't doing it to post. You weren't doing it for any other reason than you just loved training.
I think I got into it for the wrong reasons. So I just wanted to be a skinny bitch at the time.
Yeah.
But like I'd say in that process, yeah, absolutely. I've like training is love and training is life.
I agree. I mean, yeah. I remember when I was like fucking back in my old place in the eastern suburbs and we had like a little gym downstairs. And I just like, it was like sandstone walls. Yeah. And it was like a rumpus room type thing. And then it was like the other half was a garage. Yeah. But in that room there was like, you know, the old like dumbbells that you would screw on? Yes. And then like there was the bench press with the preacher curl machine at the front of it. And it was attached. Like that was our gym setup. And I just fucking spent hours on that thing doing bench press, barbell rows, dumbbell curls, tricep extensions. And then we had like, I convinced my dad to buy me the Olympic rings and we'd hang it from the balcony and like it would go down to the backyard and I'd literally do like dips, pull-ups and like I did that for hours on end. Yeah. I just remember having this weird like desire to be a girl that went to the gym, like a corporate girl that went to the gym. Like I'd get on the bus for school. This was before I actually started training and I'd see like the girl like from, because it was at East Garden, so the My Gym bus stop and blah, blah, blah. So I'd see like girls with like their gym bag, like they looked like a corporate girl, they had their coffee mug and I was like, I want that to be me. I don't know why. I don't know how that's kind of
thing came about. But I was like,
it's giving like what's Clark Kent's girlfriend? Like,
what?
Superman and Jane, is that her name?
I can't remember.
Anyway, yeah, it's like the corporate girl that looks jacked and is with the jack.
Yeah, I was just like, I want that to be me one day. And then I got into the gym because I wanted to be a skinny gal. But I feel like over time, like that's just like, I always knew I wanted to get in the gym at some point, and it just like looked like that's the type of person I wanted to be.
Yeah, I think most people started in the gym for, I wouldn't say like, quote unquote, the right reasons. Like I think everyone was originally there because they wanted to look different. And then the people who've stuck with it have realized that it actually does a lot more for them than, or they stopped doing it to run away from a certain physique and then started running towards a physique that they loved and that was a byproduct of what they enjoyed doing.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, like I think most people started because it's like, oh, like I don't like the way I look.
Yeah. I think that's like a lot of goals. It's like you start from a place of like things need to change because I don't like it. And then it evolves over time to I want to see what I'm capable of in this certain area.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of, how's the prep going?
Prep is going good. It's actually like 2.5 weeks out.
Yeah, it's pretty
2 weeks and like 2 days.
Still doing podcasts.
Which is crazy. We're filming back-to-back episodes over the next couple of weeks, so don't worry, you guys will still be you'll be able to listen to us on your hot girl and boy walks, but we're too.
Let's be real, it's mainly hot girls.
Yeah. Well, my clients tell me, they're like, I'm listening to you on the treadmill right now. It's like fucking slay. I'm glad I can give you company on the treadmill. But yeah, no, we're very, very close. And I'm just so excited. I was saying I had a posing lesson with Beck yesterday, and she's like, you're there with your posing.
Fucking on.
And I was just like, I needed to hear that, because when I was saying to Jackson yesterday, like before starting prep, like my biggest fear is literally just like fucking up on stage. And I know that there might be a mistake, like that's so fine. But my biggest fear was like, I'll get on the stage and I'll buckle completely and not know what I'm doing, where I'm going, like just feel really lacking that confidence leading into it with like the posing side of things. But I feel so excited. Like there's maybe a little bit nervous, but it's more excitement of just like, I'm like ready to bring this all together now.
I agree.
So I'm looking forward to it. Like it's exciting, but the next 2 weeks or this week, we've got no more high days. So I'm actually feel like I have more energy than before on a Thursday, even when I'm not eating more food. But I was saying to Beck yesterday, I was like, I think leading into those high days, I kind of could play into the, oh shit, like I do feel like shit.
I need the high.
But I get a high day tomorrow so I can push through. Whereas right now I'm just like, it rinse and repeat. Yeah. Like don't even think about, oh, you don't get a high day. It's just like rinse and repeat the same day over and over again.
Yeah.
So I feel pretty good, and probably look the same again next week, but obviously depending on what feedback I get from Jason.
Is next week peak week? No,
next week. Or would it start like the exact week before a show?
No, it's the week of the show.
Well, the show's on the Saturday.
Of next week?
No, the following week.
Oh, yeah, so it won't be next week. It'll be the following.
So next week will probably might look the same again, like I said, depending on what where things are looking in terms of like my physique, and then peak week will be the following week.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gives you like a mock peak as well.
Well, I've got the show straight away the next week.
But I'm pretty sure he did that with me. I think. I can't remember. Like trialed a few peak things, like gave you a few extra
like
days.
Next week?
Yeah, next week, just to see what the data looks like and says. And then, I don't know, but yeah, either way, it's exciting. Like you're definitely on track, in my opinion. Yeah,
I feel good. And I was even reflecting yesterday, like I don't think that there's anything else in terms of the prep side of things. I'm like, I could have pushed more here. Like I feel very confident in the fact that I've done absolutely everything I could.
Yeah.
In this prep.
Agree.
And I feel like that's also contributing to me being able to feel like excited for the show, because I'm like, this is actually like the final package rather than being like, oh my God, I've only got 2 more weeks. Like, fuck, I need to sort my shit out sort of thing. It's just like, I feel like I'm good.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say, it's like preparedness removes any sort of like apprehension or scarcity around it. And you've definitely been prepared.
Slay.
For myself, as always, eating double the amount of food as you are.
But when do you start your mini cup?
Well, we finished the push the week of your show, so 14th of September.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be the last week of pushing high cals. So we're sitting at 91 kilos at the moment, which is like a very larger version of myself. Definitely feel a lot bigger, but overall feel like pretty good. Like I think one of the biggest things that's been really helpful for me during this time is just keeping some cardio in. Still doing 45 minutes of cardio just allows me to not feel like a fucking bloated whale or a beached seal. Like it's definitely helped with that. And then obviously just like, eating higher quality foods, not stuffing my face with just shit has also been a massive contributor, and just like looking after the health side of things too. But then we started mini cut, which I don't know. I'm gonna float with the idea of doing a bit of a longer one instead of like a 4-week one, because like we're not gonna push calories again for probably another 8 weeks anyway. Post that, so I wouldn't mind just like seeing where we can go with it, especially that there's gonna be the photo shoot at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind just like seeing what's underneath a little bit more, and again, like doesn't need to be like super aggressive, just like a little bit longer than 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And going from there, and then. Yeah, that'll be exciting. And then we push again next year, or like probably around December time, which would be good because it's Christmas. And we'll try and get even bigger. It's funny, like we finished the last push probably around the top end, like 85, 87. And then we came back down to like 83, 84.
Yeah.
And then now we're up to 91, probably finish at 92. So that's like a good 10 kilos almost of size. So then it's like come down to probably like 87, 88, and then we'll push up to 95, 97. So by the end of next year, we could be looking at like hundreds.
Wow. You're like full 20-something kilos on top of your stage weight.
That's the way it should be. But I'm very happy with the condition. I'm very happy with like how lean and structurally I look with the extra muscle. Like, so I think that's a really positive thing and something that I'm really proud of, because like one of the goals I had this year was to be 90 kilos and still look lean.
Yeah, I was going to say that you've actually achieved that goal. I think you look great.
Thanks.
Even when I saw Chloe, she was like, he looks like Superman. Oh no, not Chloe. I'm like Riley McKenzie though.
Oh yeah.
He looks like Superman. I was like, yeah, he does.
Yeah, I think it's the glasses.
The glasses and like the frame.
Yeah.
It's the Dorito. The Dorito.
I'll take Dorito. That's the flex.
But yeah, that's what they said. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that. That's really good. But I'm very happy with everything, and it's been obviously nice. I think you being in prep has actually kind of been conducive to both our goals. Because just like we're both very locked in at the moment. I had my first like free meal last weekend, in the first time in like 2 months.
Yeah.
Because like I'm just not like obviously eating an abundance of food. I'm just like not motivated to eat more.
Yeah.
Like it's like food is like actually a bit of a chore at the moment.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't really care for any sort of, like I don't care if it's crunchy. I don't care if it's sweet. I don't care if it's fucking.
Just needs to be calories.
Yeah, I'm like,
mass.
just fucking get in me. And it's like, I don't want anything more than that.
Yeah. I was speaking to one of my clients this week. She just wrapped up her build phase and just started a fat loss phase. And I was like, how do you feel at the end? I'm like, do you want to eat more food? And she's like, nah. I'm like, over it. I'm like, okay, yeah, you're ready to go on a fat loss phase.
Yeah. But one thing, like, obviously just like learning more about this stuff, as well as just like expanding my knowledge a lot this year and putting a big emphasis on knowing a lot more about nutrition and stuff like that. I think one thing that I'm really happy about is I'm still feeling hungry at points throughout the day.
Yeah.
Which tells me that like my insulin sensitivity, which not going too deep into the weeds and science of it, one of the things that can happen when you're going deeper into a build phase is if you lose hunger, it's a bit of a sign of insulin resistance. So knowing that I've still got hunger throughout my day tells me that my sensitivity to insulin is still pretty decent, which is essentially your body's ability to absorb carbohydrates and stuff like that. So I think that's a really good sign for me. It's something I've kept in the back of my mind to think, okay, well, like I'm eating a lot of food, but I'm not overdoing it.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, but I wanted to talk about today because I'm the leader of this podcast. But sorry, I'm carrying the boats for both of us. I wanted to talk about today essentially like obviously we've been on massive journeys and we even touched on that earlier in the podcast, but sort of like what anyone listening, like what would be the key attributes of anyone to have a successful physique journey or like building that physique they've dreamed of? Or what would you say, at least in your experience, some of the key aspects? And we can break it down into the pillars, into the subtopics of what we think each sort of category needs of attributes.
Yeah, I think there's like 4 main areas that contribute to it. It's obviously like your stock standard, your training. So you got to build nutrition, your mindset and like mentality towards not just like one phase of that journey, but the long haul of it. And also, which might even tie under like mindset and mentality, but I think like lifestyle, routines, like structure as a whole, because it can differ phase to phase. It can differ depending on the season of life that you're in. I'd say like those are the 4 key things that is what makes up one's physique journey to be successful. And I know that is something that actually like you will continue to progress. Like it's not like, oh, you nailed the mindset and then it just like, now you're just focusing on training nutrition. It's like all 4 of them always work and compound together for the entirety of the journey, because as you get more advanced, as you make more progress, as your goals shift, as your willingness to like push further expands, all that sorts of stuff, those are also going to be something that you need to take care of on another level with it.
They will require a different amount of effort.
Yeah. And I think for prep at the moment, like that's what I have 110% learned is like, I was training a certain way. Okay, now this is what training looks like. And not even just from an exercise or like a volume standpoint. It's like what my expectations are with training, what my expectations are with nutrition, even like the planning, organization, all that sort of stuff and structure is like, I've reached a whole other level of all of that being in this prep. And I thought I had quote unquote nailed it before. It's like, nope, we want another result, a different result. That's also shifting with it as well. So I'd say those would be like the 4 key areas.
Yeah, I'd completely agree. I mean, obviously our coaching both revolves around those 4 things,
but we also focus on those 4 things ourselves.
Yeah.
So I think it's like very much practice what you preach. In terms of the mindset side of things, like early on in your journey or in the last like 3 to 5 years, what are some of the things that you've realized that are really required for you to be successful?
The first one would be understanding it's a slow process and like being okay with the delayed gratification of it. I think at the start of our journeys, especially like when you're new in the gym, it's like you get the newbie gains. It's like I remember like I saw changes. At the time I was like ignorant to it, but I know I changed and I improved. And it happens very, very quickly. But as you get deeper into it, as you get more advanced, like that doesn't happen. Or that won't happen as quickly. And you need to get okay with the fact that like it's going to take time and the timeline of it's probably not going to work in the perfect way. It's not going to happen overnight, but you have to be okay with that long haul. And I think being able to shift my focus from being like, okay, it needs to happen everything now. It's like, if I just do all the work that I need to get the goal that I want to achieve, it'll happen with time.
Yeah.
Like it'll happen eventually.
Yeah. I think about how long you want it to take and double it.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Like if you want it in the next 12 to 16 weeks, it's like double it.
I wanted to compete. When I said to Jason I wanted to compete, it's like, okay, cool, do it next year.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, fair. And I'm glad I did do that. So I'd say like that would be one of them. I'd say another one is, and I've literally been thinking about this a lot, is like also I stopped getting distracted by other people, because I think I spent a lot of the first few years just like looking what everyone else was doing and like trying to replicate what they were doing and like, oh, she has this physique, so I must train like her. And then it's like, oh, but this girl looks better, so I'm going to train like her. Or why does she have that? Or why does she have this? And like just always looking at everyone else rather than like, what do I actually need to do to get to where I want to be? And like the second I stopped looking at everyone else and their physiques and their training and just like got really, really focused on what I was doing. And that also tied in well with when I got my coaches and things like that. That's when I saw the most progress, because I was only comparing myself to how much progress have I made, not looking at every other person. And as a result, I've gotten better results because of it.
Yeah. I mean, like, look, there's something that I've realized even just like as a coach, like as coaches, we look at other coaches and we like look at their results and we're like, well, what the fuck are they doing? Like what processes, check-ins and methods are they using with their like the thing is like they're not doing anything fucking different. And they're trying to sell you something that is, or they're obviously pushing their way of doing things, which is marketing 101. It's like if we look at a great way to look at it is like fucking Mount Franklin water and Frantel water is still fucking water. They're just packaged differently.
Yeah.
And it's like with coaching, training and all that sort of stuff, it's like, sure, the packaging might be different, but it's still fucking water inside the bottle. And I think for me, one thing where I have dealt with a lot of imposter syndrome with coaches knowing more than I do, is like they actually fucking don't.
Yeah.
It's like we actually all do the same shit. We all know the same stuff. We just communicate it differently. And if you can look at your physique and your training and try to compare it to other people's and think what they're doing is completely different, it's fucking not. And if they're telling you it is, they're just lying to you. Like I think that's a very clear thing to understand. But go on with what you were saying.
I thought you were adding on to that.
No, I felt like that really needs to be heard. I feel like that needs to be really understood, because even myself, in regards to if I'm going to bring it back to my own journey, not just coaching, it's like, yeah, like for me, I very much did. I was the guy early on in my training who was on forums before Instagram and stuff like that was really a thing. And I was like, oh, what's this guy doing? Like looking at bodybuilding.com and T Nation and saying, okay, you got to do this, you got to do that. And it's like, okay, what? The problem with that as well is that if you don't actually give it enough time to do it for a long period of time, and as we said, think about the timeline you want and double it, and that's probably how long you actually need to do those things for, you won't actually know whether it works or not anyway.
Yeah.
So if you are someone who's like constantly looking at other people, it's like they've probably done it for long enough to know whether it works anyway, when you're probably not going to give it that amount of time.
Well, that's the thing. It's like that's where it comes down to being distracted. It's like 1 week you're looking at this person, do it for a week, and then you find someone else and you're just kind of going like side to side.
Yeah.
You're not actually doing one thing and then moving forward. It's bang, 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 bang.
And you'll find they probably all work.
Fucking building your physique or achieving your dream physique is fucking simple.
Yeah. Like
it's really, really simple.
Like for the guy, it's like, oh, you know, like, oh, can we do an arm day or can we do a push day? It's like it's fucking apples and oranges, bro. It's just like, they're both going to work. Like, you know what I mean? It's just which one do you feel like you're going to be able to stick to? And for the girls, it's like, oh, this exercise this girl does, and she does glute bridges before she does her squats. It's like, cool. Like, fucking do it for 16 weeks or 20 weeks and tell me whether it works or not. And it probably will. And it's like, but whether you do it the opposite way around, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a bit of a side tangent, but anyway.
I think what else came into it? Play gratification.
Well, I mean that ties into expectation management as well. I mean, for me, early on in my training, I think around the mindset side of things, it's like I was a guy who definitely wanted the results straight away. Like it was definitely wanted it straight away. I didn't realize how long it was really going to take me. When I first started, abs was the thing that I wanted. Like that was the fucking goal.
I wanted a flat stomach and thigh gap.
Yeah. So it's like, I was like, oh, this is the thing that's going to get me abs. Like that was my mindset around it, and just didn't fucking work. I think the first time I genuinely got abs was like proper was when I did the photo shoot.
Yeah.
And that was, I mean, I started training at 15 years old, like first got into the gym, and I did that photo shoot, 3-4 years ago now?
That was in 2022.
Yeah.
So that was the same as me.
So yeah, it took me like fucking 5 to 10 years to get there. So like, I really quadrupled that, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's going to take longer than you think. But I think if you act in a way where you essentially don't think it's going to happen quicker, but if it does, it's mad, then I think that's a very important thing to work towards and a good mindset to have.
Yeah.
It's like, what do they say? It's like act with like hustle in your actions, but don't expect it to happen straight away.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like teacher said something like this.
I think that's where I heard it from.
Yeah, it's like be urgent or something.
Yeah, move with urgency, but like
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I've listened to her say this before. Yeah, I get that. It's like, yeah.
Essentially it's just move with the urgency that it's going to happen soon, but don't expect it to.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's just always a matter of time.
Yeah. But I think for the mindset side of things and just like the I think that kind of covers things, would you say?
Yeah. And I think another thing to it as well, which can line into expectations as well, is just like knowing that if you're achieving a goal you've either never achieved before, or this is like new territory for you, all the shit that you have experienced before is going to come up again. Like you're still going to experience self-doubt. You're still going to experience setbacks. Just because you have gotten more advanced doesn't mean it's not going to come up again.
Yeah, and I think so, to add to that as well, it's like, you know, the higher you climb, the bigger the fall.
Yeah.
So the higher you climb with your physique, the bigger the consequences are going to be, right? It's like, cool, you did your first diet. If you fuck up, it's not a big deal. You know, then you do your second one. It's like you have more muscle. If you fuck up, it's a little bit more of a bigger deal. Then it's like if you want to do a photo shoot, it's like there's more at stake here. Then you do your bodybuilding prep. There's more fucking stake.
Yeah.
So it's like that you don't actually... The problems get harder, but you just get better at dealing with them.
Yeah.
And you understand what's required for those goals and your standards rise to the occasion. And I think that's something that's worth noting as well. But what about training side of things? I think this is obviously something where a lot of people probably have a good understanding of, but, you know, I guess early on in your training, what were some of the key attributes you were required to achieve?
Following a program.
Yeah.
For longer than 2 weeks, but having like a program that one I did enjoy. Like I think enjoyment is a big role in it because, you know, we want to spend time in the gym, because there was a point as well where I started disliking training, where I wasn't happy with my training. I was very over it, and my goals had shifted, but the training program didn't match that. And I started falling out of love with the training because of it. Or not because of it, but just I was like, I know this isn't contributing to the goal I actually want to achieve over time. So I find kind of lacked that purpose. So I think, yeah, having a training program is important, but you want to make sure it's purposeful for the goal you want to achieve. And that's why it's like, okay, if your goal is to build muscle and specifically you want to change your lower body, it's like, okay, well then you want to be training majority of your lower body 2 to 3 times a week, and then you do your uppers 2 times a week, for example. So having a program that's actually aligned with the goal you want to achieve was extremely important, because then I could see like, okay, well, if my legs are getting stronger, I'm making progress in the gym, and I'm feeling my body, whatever, I know that's going to contribute to the goal I want, which is bigger legs. So like, I know that there's a purpose driving behind every session, whereas before that, or in phases before that, I lacked a bit of that, which meant like, you know, if I missed a rep, like, it is what it is, or like, you can really negotiate with yourself a little bit more because there's no purpose behind it, or there's a lack of purpose. Whereas like from then and even up until now, it's like, if I don't do this, like the reason why I'm doing this is for this goal. And I can see why it's there for the goal. So this is a non-negotiable. So I'd say that, and also just like we've mentioned this before, is like being in the beginner mindset of, you know, my technique is still going to have to improve over time. My strength is still going to have to increase over time. There's going to be programs or days where I might have to pull back in order to keep moving forward. And again, at the start, you're making progress like that because everything's new. Like you're just adapting so quickly. But the more advanced you get, it just doesn't look that way. And the way you will keep progressing is being okay with, okay, you know what, this worked up until now. This technique got me this far. If I want to now get to the 100 kilo RDL, I need to adjust my technique to make it even better so I can get there. And just being okay with that. And it's like, okay, I knew how to train hard up until this point, but if I really want to take my physique to the next level, I know I can tap into more.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'd say like that's definitely been the biggest thing, because I've trained for so long, like training since I was 16, like we're coming on to literally nearly 10 years of training. So there's a lot of like evidence that like I already know how to train, but that also held me back for so long because it's like I had this like, I already know how to train, like I know what I'm doing. But it wasn't until I got comfortable with like, okay, maybe I haven't figured it all out. There's still more to learn. There's still more to grow. And when I did focus on that and be like, okay, this is okay. Like I'm allowed to learn more and be better in this part. That's also contributed more to my progress.
Yeah, and I don't want to go back to the mindset thing, but I think it's really important. It's like one of the things that I think holds people back most is they think they know more than what they do. And it's like if you think you know how to train, you think you know how to eat, but you're still not actually making the progress that you would like to be making, it's like, I hate to tell you, but you don't know.
But the thing is, they probably do know. Like the information's out there. If you really wanted to, ChatGPT could fucking write up a plan for you. But it's the willingness to do it.
Yeah, so that's where I was going with it as well. I think you need to adopt that growth mindset with this as well. Whether it's with your, like, if we're on the topic of training, it's like you need the growth mindset to know that there is always going to be more to improve with your intensity, with your technique, and with your programming itself. And I think, like, for myself, the program hopping was a big one. I would chop and change programs all the time. And then I would also, my intensity was not where it needed to be. And I thought it was. I thought I trained hard because I lifted heavy, but lifting heavy is not training hard. And for the guys out there, like, who do listen to this, like, that is a big wake-up call. Just because you put a 40-kilo dumbbell in your hand and press it above your chest does not mean that you train hard. I am more impressed at someone who can incline dumbbell press 30 kilos with smooth, full range and take it close to failure versus someone who does half reps with 40 kilos. That is not impressive to me, because if your physique doesn't match the strength that you have, then you don't train hard. So I think in regard to me, training intensity was a big one. Removing the ego with training was a massive one as well. And then, just sticking to the plan and sticking to a plan. I know for me, 4-week programs were a consistent thing, and that was holding me back for a very long time. And it took me a long time to understand that I needed more than 4 weeks on a program to actually progress properly.
Even one of my clients, we've just been talking about her program at the moment, and the last few weeks she's been sending lots of videos come through, and we've just really nailed a lot of her technique. Like, she's on the money with so much stuff. And I'm like, honestly, that if we were to change your program right now, I don't think that would be a good idea, because you're now at the point where we're going to really progress. Like, you've nailed your technique. If we were to change your program now, we're starting back at, not even back at square one, but it's just like we're missing the mark on now making you progress with what you've done.
Well, you're leaving gains on the table. Like, it's like, and this is the thing, right? It's like, theoretically, you could have the same program all year if you didn't get injured. Or if you found that you weren't getting injured, you were still progressing minorly on each exercise. It's like, I don't actually see anything wrong with that. It's just like, the only reason we really change programs is because maybe the goal and the phase requires it. And to keep things interesting. But let's be real. You're going to do a squat, whether it's a hack squat, a barbell squat, a Smith machine squat, a pendulum squat, some leg press variation, whatever the fuck it might be. You're going to do a single leg exercise. You're going to do a glute bridge, and you're going to do maybe some sort of abduction.
And a lying leg curl, or a seated leg curl, because that's the only exercise that trains hamstrings in that position, and a leg extension because that's the only exercise that trains the quads in that position.
So, and then if you're a guy, so you're going to press, you're going to row, you're going to overhead press, you're going to do some sort of fly, and really that's it. And some arms. So extend your elbows, flex your elbows. Like, that's it. And it's like, well, how's that going to look? It's like, you might do a fucking dumbbell curl, and then you might do a barbell curl. But that's all that's changing, because the movement patterns are going to be the same. So it's like, the only real reason you're changing the program is for a bit of excitement and novelty, and because maybe you require more or less sets, and that's it. And I think if you can understand that and still find it, like, this is the thing though, like, if you love training, that doesn't bother you. But if you're doing it for the reasons of like, I need this to be like this, it's like, then, like, you're not going to make progress like that.
Nutrition. What are some of the key things that people need to adopt to be successful with nutrition?
With nutrition, like, keep it fucking simple. Keep it basic as shit. I think, like, with nutrition, I think depending on, like, the phases you're in with your physique, like, I thought that it had to be, like, very different. Like, I thought, like, being in build phase originally was just, like, eat more and just, like, you got to eat whatever you want because, like, we're putting on muscle. And then dieting phase, I thought it's like, okay, you can't eat this, you can't eat that, you can't eat this, you can't eat that. When in the reality is, like, food is food at the end of the day. You need macronutrients, protein, carbs, and fats to support that and to fill up the calories, to support your body, your training, recovery, energy, all the things. And the types of foods you have will either support your goals more or not. And it's not that they're good or bad or right or wrong. It's just like, it's kind of, I've been having this talk a lot with clients, being like the analogy of like with money. It's like you could have $500 in your savings. You can either spend all of that on one designer handbag, or you can buy a bunch of things to set up your house to make it look nice, for example. Same thing with the food. It's like I could spend my calorie allowance on things that, on a meal that might satisfy me for 5 seconds, but leave me feeling like shit after. Or I can fill it up with foods that are going to satisfy me long-term, support my goals, give me energy, and that's going to give me a greater return. And I think a lot of the times in the past, I really use food for that sort of quick comfort and that quick sort of release, just to hit a number, but also satisfy how I felt in those moments, rather than looking at it like, how does this actually support my goal? And what's the purpose, again, behind what I'm eating, why I'm eating it, and the amount that I'm having.
Yeah, I agree. I think simplicity is key when it comes to nutrition. And I think, like the training, consistency is key.
Yeah.
I'm really against changing your meals frequently. Like I just don't understand how people can feel the need to have a different sort of meal every single day. Like I get it and I do understand it.
I do get it. I'm just like, how does your brain think of a new meal every fucking day to eat?
Well, I think it just comes down to to the point of like, well, why do you feel like you need a different meal every day? It's like, what's the actual reason behind it? Is it because because people who say they get bored of their food, I don't think is a real excuse. Like, I just don't actually think that's a real thing.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean you get bored of your food?
Yeah.
It's either that you either enjoy the taste of that food or you don't.
Yeah.
So it's either that you feel the need to change it every day because you don't know if you actually like the food you're eating.
Yeah.
Or like you're saying you do and you don't.
Yeah.
So find something that you can eat every day, because let's be real, once in your life you said, I got to eat this every day. So it's like, find what that is. And if it's something that is like, if you go out to a place and it's like, oh, this chicken wrap is mad. It's like, cool, go home and figure out how to make a chicken wrap that you enjoy eating every day. Like, get the low calorie bread, grill the chicken breast, put some lettuce, tomato, get some low fat Kewpie mayo. It's like, you've got a pretty decent meal there.
Yeah.
And if you can make 7 of those, go for your life. So I think look for things in your day that you can enjoy eating and repeat it. I like chicken and fucking rice. Not everyone does. That's fine. But it's like, you don't have to eat chicken and rice every day. But in my opinion, you should eat some sort of consistent meal every day for multiple reasons. 1, you digest it better. 2, it's going to move you closer to your goal. And 3, you're going to get a consistent amount of micro and macronutrients in every single day.
The only thing I'll say with the variety, I reckon having variety with your fruits and your veggies is important.
Agreed.
But like the base of that meal, your carbs, your fats, your protein, are most likely going to look the same every day.
Yeah.
Like even one of my clients that was in a fat loss phase before, her meals were great. We lined everything up well, but her digestion got to a point where it just, things weren't moving as well. So it's like, okay, swap out your veggies, add some variety through there, and just keep everything else the same. And lo and behold, she was still slaying.
Yeah, I got a good analogy for this because I know girls hate filling up their car. But it's like, if you've got a car that's made for unleaded fuel, it's not made to put diesel in it. It's not made to put the other fuel that, the one that you look at and you don't want to do, then you ask your boyfriend to do for you. But like...
Speaking of, I actually need petrol.
I'll go put petrol for you. But the thing is like, your car is designed to absorb certain types of fuel, certain oil, certain things. So it's like, well, we theoretically are kind of designed the same way. We operate better on certain types of fuel. So why would you then want to constantly change that? And you need to figure out what that is for you. Obviously, everyone's slightly different. But once you do, just stick to that. It's like, if, chicken and rice doesn't work anymore because, you're dieting, it's like, okay, maybe there's a lower calorie sort of meal you could switch that to. If you're bulking, chicken and rice maybe does work. Maybe chicken and pasta works. But it's like, keep things similar. Anyway, that's my thing on nutrition.
Yeah, keep things similar. Don't have to reinvent the wheel. And I think from like a female standpoint as well, just like especially when it's looking at the building side of things, I think like You know, we're so much out there on eating less food and like not too fat and all this bullshit out there. And I think, you know, that is the very thing that held me back for so long, is that fear of gaining weight or eating more is going to contribute to me gaining weight. And at the end of the day, yeah, if you eat like a fucking child and you just go willy-nilly with your food, you will absolutely get fat. No doubt about it. But just like anything, it's like if you do something in a controlled manner, just like you would in a deficit phase where you control your calorie intake, go down to a point where you will lose body fat but not fucking dig yourself a hole, you're going to get the result. That same thing happens in a build phase. And I think like, yeah, you might feel a little bit of discomfort at a point in time, but same thing, you can lose that body fat in the future. And it's a lot harder, I feel, for people that maybe have been heavier in the past or have put on weight in the past when they didn't want to, or they didn't do it intentionally, and going into a build phase after that can be scary or can be a little bit apprehensive. Like when I did the first photo shoot before that, I put on a lot of weight. That's the heaviest I've ever been in my life. I did not like who I was, what I looked like, all the things. When I went into my first proper build phase after that, I was scared because I was like, I've been that before. I don't want to be that again. But when you look at my habits and behaviors in both of those times, that time I was just eating like a child. I was just being silly with my nutrition, wasn't focusing on anything, eating willy-nilly. The next time it's like, okay, if I don't want that to happen, what do I actually need to do this in a way that supports my goal? Okay, I'm still tracking my macros because I want to make sure I'm eating enough for my build, but not too much where I start putting on fat that I don't want. I need to make sure I'm eating enough protein every single day so that way I'm still satisfied, I'm still training hard, I'm still building muscle, all the things. In that other one, I was just eating food. I wasn't prioritizing macronutrients. And when you can look at it as, okay, maybe I put on weight in the past before and, you know, wasn't necessarily ideal. The next time round, like, things can look different, and they will look different. They should look different if you want to get that goal as well.
Yeah, I think with the nutrition, and this kind of ties into a bit of an overall thing, but the scale doesn't dictate your progress. Like, I've been 100 kilos, but I do not look like how I look now.
Yeah.
And I think if you're a guy, you're a girl, it's like you're chasing a number. It's like you're not going to look the way you expect on that number, because muscle looks different to body fat.
Put it this way, last time I was this weight, I think I was like 14. I think I look like I did now? Yeah. Absolutely not.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's just like for me as well, I'm 91 kilos now, but last time I was 91 kilos, probably could have rolled me down a hill. It looked like the Michelin Man.
Yeah.
So I think that's just something that's worth noting as well. But in regards to the last piece of the puzzle, lifestyle, day-to-day, what are the key things to sort of contribute to your habits that will move the needle?
Having some sort of structure, routine in your day. Like, I don't know how fucking people do things
I know where you're going.
Without knowing what the fuck they're doing in that day with their calendar. Like, when people, there was a time, I remember with PT, I can't remember who told me, maybe you might have told me, but they didn't schedule their PT clients in their calendar. What the fuck, bro?
Yeah, that was me.
How did you? Oh, I remember when you did tell me that, I was like, what?
Yeah, the first like I think month of PT, let alone I had like fucking 6 sessions a week.
I don't care. That's still 6 hours of your week you need to be somewhere and you have no proof of when and where and what.
Yeah, I literally didn't put it in my calendar, and I remember like in a week I forgot like 2 sessions.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh yeah, we do have a session at this time. And I literally just didn't put it in my
Yeah. No.
But yeah, like I think having a calendar and putting, like, if you're someone, like, I think it's different, right? We all have different personality types. Some people are super organized, some people are not. Or don't really thrive like that. But I think to a degree, the super organized people need to put the time they fucking eat in there, the time they drive home. That's you. I'm very organized, but I'm not to that degree. I will put the bulk important things in. So training, what I'm doing in terms of tasks, time to sort of wind down, like those bulk things.
You're like time blocking, I feel like level 1, and I'm just a fucking crazy cunt, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But I thrive on that level of structure.
You said it, not me.
Yeah, no, I know. I sometimes look at my calendar, I'm like, do I really need the time when I'm doing this? I'm like, yes, because I will forget. I will absolutely forget.
I get overwhelmed looking at your calendar because I'm like, it looks like there's so much that you need to do in a day. It's like,
but it's really not. It's just like, because I wasn't always that, like, used to be very time blocky. And then I think once I started, I'd say in the last 2 years, once like I really picked up with business and started being really organized with business as well. And I was noticing myself like not eating because I was just working 24/7. It's like, these are reminders for me to go fucking eat, Kayla. Like, go have a break.
Yeah.
And even just for me to understand, it's like, okay, I can actually have a half an hour break in between work and then no one's going to die. Yeah. Like, that's why I like having it there, because sometimes I'm like, I can just delete this now. I'm like, no, because I don't want to fall back into that habit. So I'm just like, it is what it is. But when people say things like, look, I don't know when I'm going to train this week, work's really busy. It's like, you feel overwhelmed because right now you've just got all of this shit festering in your brain.
Yeah.
You're overwhelmed about the unknown because you're like, well, I've got 12-hour work days and I don't know when I'm going to train. It's like, okay, put that in your calendar. Where are the gaps? That's when you're going to train. Will it be perfect? Maybe not. You might get home after a 12-hour day and being like, I'm actually cool. It's like, if I was to go train right now, that would be silly of me. Okay, move it to the next day. Like, it's that simple. But I think sometimes people overcomplicate and think it does need to be this like perfectly structured thing. It's like, that's why I do like having the calendar, because you can move it around if you have to.
Yeah, I agree. I think, look, obviously, I'm going to use one of my clients, for example. Shout out Tyler. He's a FIFO worker. He's a Sparky, but he does FIFO from time to time as a Sparky. And he's like, hey, bro, like, I'm away this week. I'm in like middle of buttfuck nowhere. This is what we have on campus, etc. This man is fucking locked in. Like, and I know that everyone's lifestyle is different. We all have different commitments. But if this bloke who is, away from home, on a campus, only has access to what he has access to. Like, he's got access to like a shop that has like protein bars, like Woolies type stuff. He's been buying tuna, he's been buying chicken breast, he's been cooking it, he's been making oats, he's been doing protein. Like, the guy's still locked in.
Slave Tyler.
Like, yeah, and he looks fucking insane. Like, if I show you, I'm putting him on my story today. And it's like, there is always a way. You just need to find it. And I don't want to sound like that coach who's like, oh, like, you got to be disciplined. It's like, no, just be curious. Like, look for opportunities to make it happen.
Yeah.
Because I'm a believer in the energy you put out is what you get back. And it's like, if you look for opportunity, it's going to present itself. And when you're looking at your week, whether it's busy, whether it's crazy, whatever it is, you will find he fucking was in the hospital 4 days ago.
Yeah.
He thought his appendix were going to burst. And he goes, don't worry, bro, I'll be in the gym tomorrow. I was like, brother, you don't need to go to the gym. He's like, nah, fuck it, I'm going. It's like, those are the type of people who make shit happen.
Yeah.
Those are the type of people who are successful, who have the physique they want, because they don't take no for a fucking answer. And I think if we're tying this into lifestyle, it's like, you need that relentless attitude. Because those are the people who make shit happen.
Yeah. Doing it no matter what, and I literally think I wrote a post on this as well. It's like, not coming from a place of the all or nothing, of like, oh, it's all got to be done, otherwise I'm not going to do it at all. It's just like, okay, some weeks it's going to be all, because, everything will be just going really, really well. And then on the days or on the weeks where all of it's actually just not going to go according to plan, it's like, what am I willing to do and what am I going to do and make happen no matter what?
Yeah, I agree. I think you need that attitude, because like, we train people and we coach people who clearly want more out of their physique. So it's like, then you need the attitude of, where can I find opportunity? What can I work on? That growth mindset is imperative to your growth. No pun intended.
Yeah. Agree.
We went on some fucking hard tangents there. I hope you guys got some value out of today. But I think we'll wrap it up there. You've got a big night tonight.
I am. I'm going to Tyler, the Creator. I bought tickets for me and my sister literally in January, so it's basically free. I'm so excited. This is the second time I'm seeing Tyler, the Creator, and I fucking love him so much.
Well, I'm designated Uber driver.
He will be my Uber driver, and there's also a footy game on at the stadium as well, so it's going to be fucking wild time.
So we'll take your car and I'll get petrol for you.
Slay. But I'm really, really excited. Even Tyler, the Creator music plays a massive role in like the first half of my training journey. That's all I listened to when I was training in the gym. So
yeah, I can't relate.
I have a soft spot for him in my heart, and I'm so excited.
France had a very impactful part of my training journey, and Tupac and Biggie.
Yeah. Tyler, the Creator, ASAP, Kanye. They're like and Kendrick Lamar. They're like my top dogs.